I think there are few better feelings in the world than being told that I am doing a good job. I don't know about you, but there are many areas in my life that can be overwhelming and leave me feeling like I'm always a step behind. It can be difficult to know if I am on the right path or making the right choices or doing the right thing. But when other people take notice of the things I am doing, whether at my job or at home or even in church, it makes me take a moment, a breath to process the compliment or acknowledgement that I've received, to look upon my work and see that it is good. In our gospel today, Jesus receives acknowledgement in a big way. Suddenly, the heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and alighting on him. And a voice from heaven said, "This is my Son, the Beloved, with whom I am well pleased." When Jesus arrives at the Jordan, John the Baptist is already pretty deeply entrenched in his vocation. The description of John as someone who is dressed kind of crazy and eats a strange diet and yells at Pharisees in the town square can almost evoke the image of a person experiencing a mental health crisis. But this is the person that God has chosen to baptize the Messiah and to fulfill all righteousness and create the covenant of baptism that we continue today. I wrote the majority of this sermon while on the bus to and from my job in downtown Seattle, and I had a lot of time to reflect on this message of affirmation from the heavens. I don't know how many of you regularly spend time downtown, but it's easy to feel overwhelmed by sorrow at the number of people who are living without stable housing, experiencing addiction and severe mental illness, and are otherwise struggling to exist in an inhospitable environment. It's also easy, for me at least, to feel overwhelmed with anger at the number of people who are coming and going from their luxury apartments and their high-paying jobs, who pretend that they don't see how much suffering and genuine need there is all around them. Or worse still, who look at human beings, God's own beloved children who are in so much turmoil, and see them as a thing that needs to be cleaned up like trash and taken someplace else, where this abject human suffering is no longer their problem to bear witness to. My husband Brian and I have a dear friend named Julie who we've known for nearly 10 years. We met Julie because she lives in Belltown, where Brian works. She's an incredibly resilient, brave woman who suffers from MS, has no family nearby, and is unhoused. We've loved Julie through transitional housing placements, substance use relapses, abusive relationships, and so many other things that are heartbreaking to see a friend go through in this decade of friendship. We've watched strangers, and sometimes even people we know, look right past her like she doesn't exist or pretend to not hear her asking if they have any food or money to spare, or worse still, mocking or verbally abusing her when she's just trying to be seen and heard. When Brian and I see Julie, we give her a big hug and we tell her we love her and ask what she needs. I've bought special shoes to help ease her pain, jackets to help keep her warm, and pepper spray to help keep her safe. But our resources are limited, and I've been suffering from debilitating health issues of my own, and there are too many people just like Julie in Seattle, let alone in the world. There are too many people with too many needs, and if I think about it too long, it makes me cry because of all the pain that I see every day. Seeing every person as a beloved child of God is easy when you're in a bubble. But when those children of God are suffering in unimaginable ways every single day, and there's only so much you can do about it, it hurts. But instead of looking away from the pain I see every day, I'm trying to help other people open their eyes to it. There are so many beloved children of God who just need friendship. They need an authentic community who acknowledges their humanity and says, "What do you need, friend? How can I help you?" They need friends who will acknowledge the accomplishments in their life, whether it's a week of sobriety or a chance at transitional housing or just having a warm meal that night. They need acknowledgement, to be told that they are beloved and are on the right path. They need to be seen. I wonder if we as Christians can be that dove descending from the sky and alighting them, can be that booming voice from heaven that says of every single person we encounter every single day, "Behold my child, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased." I wonder how our world might be changed by that miraculous acknowledgement. Would people finally take notice of the humanity and goodness of every single person and act accordingly towards them? Will we?